rid of her.
Yeah.
So Ekop is going to opt for the 50-50 with Druid. He's on the coin. Alesh doesn't have his wild growth, no innervates either. So this start is going to be slower on Alesh's part unless he finds one of the early ramp.
Right, so
All right.
well, both players have a non-ramp curve, so which isn't too bad.
Yeah, but Ekop has the edge with the coin
Yeah.
shade, allowing him to just set up the shade for a later turn, where suddenly the burst becomes that much stronger if he's running double combo.
Yeah, or just kill a 5 or 6 drop.
Yeah, this is a very crucial top deck here. This Black Knight not coming in handy in the immediate sense, and I like the fact that Ekop kept that coin, because that means if Druid of the Claw is played on the curve, then coin Black Knight deals with it immediately, as opposed to having to wait.
And maybe he would have coined the shade like you said, if he didn't draw this Black Knight.
Yeah,
we can't be sure, but it's at least a factor to consider.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny how both players playing quote-unquote aggressive Druid decks have not done anything for the first 3 turns.
Yeah.
Alesh finds his wild growth much too late.
I mean, last turn would have been fine. This turn is just extremely awkward.
Yeah, and you need to start developing the board at this point, because you know your opponent has his coin, possibly innervates. He's going to start, putting down really threatening minions.
Now this is awkward because Ekop wants to keep the coin to Black Knight, a Druid of the Claw, but also would really like to play 5-drop instead of a Keeper that feels kind of weak at the moment.
I mean, how bad is Keeper of the Grove silence and trade? I just don't know if that's a play you would ever like to make.
You'd trade a 3-drop and Battle Cry for a 4-drop.
Mm-hmm. It's not amazing. No.
Well,
I told you.
Well,
I told you. This is what, the 4th time? This tournament has had the highest representation of Doomsayers I have ever seen, and now Ekop is forced to trade a Shade after using a Wrath. This is the last. Ekop might as well have Keeper of the Grove this and traded the Shade away at this point.
And this Spectral Knight is... Oh, that hurts so bad for Ekop.
Yeah, combined with Keeper of the Grove and Wrath, this gives Alesh the ability to trade in just about anything he wants. But it's not like Alesh even has to at this point.
Yeah, what's
I feel like Lotheb is somewhat viable, because you can always use your Hero Power or Keeper of the Grove to finish off the Spectral Knight. I'm sure Drake also eats up that, so it's not that bad.
So now he's committed to Keeper next turn.
Yeah, but the thing is, if Alesh decides to go for a fancy Wrath play, then that could lead to a pretty awkward Spectral Knight sticking around.
Wrath, Hero Power, Wild Growth.
Yeah, just ramp up and remove this Drake with your... Yeah. This Keeper of the Grove from Ekop is not going to do what he expected it to.
Could even Wrath for 1 to get closer to the combo, and that's what he chooses to do.
Yep.
Like
no, this is the better Wrath play.
Yep.
Fancy Wrath play into Wild Growth gives him the ability to ramp up into the combo, be able to play Ancients of Lore, much more effectively and weave them in with a Hero Power 2 turns from now. So this is definitely something that he must be happy about.
Oh, okay. Do you coin lore, draw cards, hope to get something better and to swing the game?
What I like about coining out the lore, then again, how many cards? Yeah, you'll be exactly on 9, I believe. So playing that specific card right now, what it does is it allows you to get a Keeper of the Grove to kill a Spectral Knight right afterwards, because he unlikely kills a 5/5 right now.
Yeah. Okay, so going for the card draw.
Very good. He's got his combo set up, so all he really needs is some kind of, board presence that sticks just before Alesh goes for it. And Alesh is going to go for Lotheb Shade, and this is setting up for the most intense lethal ever.
But then, okay, so Ekop's forced to Lotheb this turn, otherwise he's dead.
But he knows it.
But if he Lothebs this turn, he doesn't really do much about his board. He takes more damage and he's dead in 2 turns.
Yeah, it's a matter of time, because unless another taunt is drawn on the back of Druid, because he can play Druid of the Claw, and then play perhaps another taunt afterwards. But he needs to top deck that taunt right now in order to
Yeah.
make sure he has at least a double taunt line to set up against this board. That's a lot of damage taken, and there's 7 damage coming up right now from Alesh.
Yeah, and then I mean, at this point, you just charge the Druid of the Claw.
Yeah, you just go all in. You charge with the claw, keep with the grove for damage, and you know, just leave it at that. It's almost
I
like
like
a
I like the
telegraph
Keeper
here.
for damage because this Keeper is basically dealing 6 damage, 2
Mhm,
now,
yep.
4 next turn. So the silence isn't really worth it, since you
Yeah.
won't be able to play it in the same turn in conjunction with the Force of Nature Savage Roar combo.
Exactly, it accomplishes very little in this specific case. So we look at Ekop's hand. He's got Force of Nature, Savage Roar playable with Innervate, but that he can't wipe the board and kill his opponent before the opposite happens to him. Druid of the
Right.
Claw and Swipe could allow him to kill the 4/4 and use Loatheb on the Spectral Knight. But that would also leave him vulnerable to the Force of Nature Savage Roar. So there's really nothing that Ekop
There's no
can
way
do in
for
this
Cup
case.
to live here. I don't see any way.
No,
Like-
the advantage was pressed too much on Alesh's part. That Loatheb really sealing the ability for Ekop to stabilize.
What Ekop, what I'm asking is, since Ekop has so many cards in hand, and since double combo is so popular, shouldn't Alesh have gone for a bear instead of a cat last turn? Because Ekop could have won now with the double combo. With the amount of cards he has.
No, I mean he would have had to have 2 Innervates, right? Because he's
just
only
one.
got 8
oh,
mana.
Oh, he's on 8. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
no
that's a
way
good
that.
point. Okay.
I think
never
playing around 4-card combos at this point is unrealistic.
Yeah, it would be 5 cards since, yeah, like you said, needs to play Innervate. So, yeah, my bad. I thought Ekop had more mana than this. So, wow. So
You know what you
it's-
had to do? I think, yeah, like this is one of the most awkward turns for Ekop, but he's going to hope that his opponent has absolutely nothing, but based on the aggression that Alesh put out, Ekop knows that there's going to be a combo coming up, and again, Force of Nature Savage Roar sealing another game. Ekop not going to be able to win the mirror match, the coin flip that he hoped maybe would help him get through the series. Not banning Druid, banning Mech Mage is going to make him